welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Casual Curiosity. In today's video, we're going to be wrapping up my series about the Mandela Effect. If you're new here, hi. This is the last episode of my fourth series, which is about the Mandela Effect. I've done 3 other series which are on my channel in a little playlist, which are about dreams, afterlife, and change. And like I said, this will be my 4th series, and this will be the video wrapping up. So if you want to look at this series, I suggest going back to the first episode and watching it through. My bad. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, let's just dive into the video before my brain goes all wonky. I'm a little bit tired, and I apologize if my flow isn't as fluid, I guess. That didn't make sense. It's okay. Anyway, today we're going to be wrapping up this series by looking at the main theories behind the Mandela Effect and what it reveals about how we experience reality. As you know on this channel, if you're new here, I like to go over the definition and then I go over key characteristics or takeaways or whatever. Stuff like that. So, again, a definition of the Mandela Effect theories. Mandela Effect theories attempt to explain why large groups of people remember things differently from documented reality. The most widely accepted explanation is psychological memory reconstruction, suggestion, and social reinforcement. The internet often strengthens these effects by spreading incorrect information quickly. Misinformation, disinformation, all pretty common things that occur on the internet and pretty common reinforcers of incorrect recollections and certain opinions, right? I'm sorry, I feel like the sneeze is just itching to come out, so I just hope in this video it doesn't. But anyway, new viewers, my notes, my little research are on the side here, so I'm looking between here and camera. Anyway, some people like to explore more speculative ideas, such as alternate timelines or reality shifts, largely because of how vivid and unsettling the experience can feel. Some people like to just be like, yeah, the reason why we feel this way is because this happened in another reality, when it often is just really just social influence and incorrect recollection. Of course, it'd be cool if that was the case, if it was an alternate reality where Fruit Loops, instead of it being the OO, it was UI. I guess from that, if you saw my 3rd video, I showed that example. But yeah, I guess I would say key takeaways from the series as a whole would be: memory is flexible and imperfect. No one's memory is straight on the nose, on the dot. Even those that have photographic or eidetic memories, even then, there's been studies that show that they're not exact or not always perfect, I guess, even when recollecting their own memories. And they can also be affected by, again, social influence, just psychological things as well. A main thing and a big thing about this that ties into Mandela Effect: confidence does not guarantee accuracy. Just because someone, like I said, is a firm believer, this is what it said, this is how it was supposed to look, does not mean that they're right, or if it's true. Just because someone's confident about something, that does not guarantee that they're correct, or if it is correct. Another thing, shared belief strengthens false memories. If you have a false memory and someone else is like, yeah, I remember that, I believe that too, that often will reinforce the fact that memory is not false, and it'll make it out to seem that it's true. And then another thing, the Mandela Effect reveals limits of perception, meaning how people don't really take into account small details. People just recall what they want to recall, the main things, whether it be colors, whether it be lines, whether it be the style of something. People don't recall the whole thing in its entirety, including small little things that make all the difference. Sorry, my nose is so itchy. My apologies. Anyway, so whether, I would say, as I close this one, as I said, the outro is usually my shortest, I feel like. So whether you see the Mandela Effect as a fascinating memory glitch or something more mysterious, one thing is definitely clear: reality feels stable, but our perception of it is not. Did I cope with that? Did I? To explain that statement, reality feels stable, but our perception of it isn't. Reality is just what it is. It's just, whether it be unstable, stable, it's just here. Nothing is going to change that. But just because, and then our perception of it is not, because anyone's perception can be viewed different. That's actually something I will go into maybe in a future series, is the perception of you from other people's perspectives, because everyone sees you in a different light. That will be something I delve into in later. And then maybe understanding the fact that reality is more stable, or feels stable, and the perception of reality is not as stable, but it helps us understand ourselves better, I guess. Maybe understanding that, if we get from understanding the fact that reality will feel stable, but our memory of it isn't, and then I'm tired, I'm sorry, I'm trying to piece this together, but that's where we started. Anyway, I appreciate you watching the series. Like I said, this will be the closeout. I'll be delving into my next series soon enough, which will be about, strangely enough, it kind of ties into this deja vu, which is you think, oh, I'm experiencing this again. We'll get into it. But anyway, have a good day. Have a good night. Stay curious, guys. Bye-bye.